Hi, JP Fournier of the Movie Jerks here, coming to you on day 19 of 31 Days of Horror, the month where I watch 31 horror films I have never seen, one each day until I get to Halloween. So let's take a look at what we have for day 19. So yesterday we had Zombie High. Today we get The Unkindness of Ravens. That's a cool title. Let's see what this one gives us here. A homeless veteran battles to survive against his demons in the remote highlands of Scotland. All right, well, that doesn't sound like a typical horror film, so I'm game. The Unkindness of Ravens, day 19.
Here's another film suitable for a very specific audience. The story about a soldier suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder who is confronting his own demons by himself while secluded at a cabin away from social connections may be a bit depressing for some people. However, if it is bleak that you're searching for, then this is a gem. For the first 2/3 of the film teeters back and forth with what may or may not be Andrew's reality. He is challenged by another version of himself to take his own life or to prepare for an unquestionable upcoming death. His story is shown through a series of dreams, flashbacks, and visions as he writes his own journals and recites poetry.
No offence, Andrew, but we're not going to kill them with poems. Especially not any of yours.
During this first hour, we are shown his mental breakdown and his suffering psychosis. And during this segment, the narrative is very sporadic and nearly experimental in storytelling methods. Some people may think it's abstract, but when we get to the last half hour, his story is explained in some of the most graphic methods. For the first hour, it feels relatively depressing, bleak, with some random shocking visuals of violence and frightening occurrences. But in the last half hour, the level of intensity is turned up to 10, and this low-budget film becomes a disturbing look into what caused his suffering and puts him through a violent and exceptionally bloody physical and mental battle to maintain his own sanity. And this film doesn't let its low budget hold it back from all the hellish visuals and nightmarish violence. Ravens are a major component in Andrew's story, not only because they are devil birds tormenting him while he is in this cabin, but also because this story is heavily influenced by Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Like the narrator in the poem, Andrew is suffering from self-deprecation due to the loss of his loved ones, as Andrew is conflicted with his desire to remember versus his desire to forget. As the narrator longs for Lenore, Andrew regrets the loss of his brothers in arms. Now, this is not a film that likes to explain everything. Some people may mistake it for being an abstract film. Yet while I would consider it art house, this film does make complete sense by the end. However, even after all the details are released and revealed, it still may not be all that comforting for audiences. The Unkindness of Ravens is certainly something that will affect its viewers. It's unapologetically violent and gory, and delivers a lot of frightening visuals that can be considered nightmare fuel. It does suffer from its lack of budget in some instances, and this is probably due to the filmmaker being a little too ambitious with this film. But if you like dreary, upsetting, depressing, and strikingly violent films, how about give this one a go? And there you have it, day 19 of 31 Days of Horror. This time I watched The Unkindness of Ravens. Let us know what art house horror films you love. And if you're curious about other films we're watching this month, be sure to hit our subscribe button to get updates daily. And for more information about the Movie Jerks, you can go to www.themoviejerks.ca.